In compass surveying, change surveying, what we did basically, we collected data and we took it to the office, then we prepared a drawing. So that part is most not there here. Basically, in plain table surveying, we will basically draw a plan or a plot in the field itself. So that's the benefit or flexibility with the plain table surveying. What we get, I don't need to carry any data to the office. Directly, you can just take the data and plot in the field itself. So in the plain table surveying, in the video I explained what equipment basically we use. So the first important is plain table. Just simple wooden table what we use, right? And an appropriate paper, A3 or A4 or A2. So then we have from the other thing is alidate. Now alidate is a simple scale with two hinged portions. So this one portion is the object vane and other portion is called as view vane. So you will see from the eye vane or view vane through the object vane and align the ranging rod. So this has been shown in the video also. Then we have something called as U fork. So this U fork is used to determine the station. So what happens in the plane table? Let's say this is a simple plane table. Just saying, drawing the one let's say side view something. So then let's say you keep, let's say station is somewhere over here. Okay, now we need to, this is the ground. Okay, this is the ground. Now we need to shift this point, right? And this plane table is on the tripod basically. So you need to shift this point on the ground. So what we'll do basically, you will place an U fork like this. You will place, and you will use something called as the plumb bob. Plumb bob you might have seen. It's a basic equipment, a basic thing. So you will drop plumb bob from here, right, all the way to the station point exactly. If it is not dropping, you will just move it back and fro, and then where it will touch this particular wooden peg or arrow, that is station, and that point is transferred to the drawing paper. Now let's say this is a point. This point will transfer. This will go obvious if you'll pull this way, and this is a station. Mark what you got. This way we will mark the main station from the where you place the plane table. This is the importance of U fork and the plumb bob. After that plumb bob, we had next set of small equipment was spirit level. Right, the spirit level is basically used to level, right, level the table. So it will be having a small bubble inside a glass. So once you place on the table, the bubble should be in the center of the that cylinder, then it is leveled. So basically when you do plane table surveying, first what you will do centering. Right, sorry, let me go to the new slide. Yeah, so you might have seen how we used to start the experiment. First, we used to go to the ground and we used to fix the plane table, right? So we used to fix the plane table on the ground. So first, we used to see that this plane table is, we will level it. We will level it, right, by keeping a this one, or to say the spirit level. Then we will center it. Centering means you will shift this point on the paper. Centering, right? You will do centering. After centering, what you will do, using the trough compass. Using trough compass, you will determine the north. So that means, let's say if I draw top view of the table. Let's say this is the top view. So you'll keep, let's say this is the top view, and you'll keep the this is the direction what you use. So now you will keep the trough compass in top right corner. This is a trough, let's say this is a trough compass box. This is the trough compass box. So you place and determine the direction of north, and you'll appropriately mark on the paper. So this north direction you will mark. You might have seen the drawing what I sent you. So that had a drawing mark showing the direction of north. So once you do all this exercise, right, initial exercise, so next what you will do, you will first determine, right, first determine the point main station, the point P, let's say. Okay, so yeah. So whenever you keep the plane table, let's say that is called a main station. Let's say it is P. P is the main station. So now the plane table survey, with plane table survey, we can develop a plot using two methods, right? Both are we demonstrated. One is method of radiation or radiation method. Next we have intersection method. The main difference is that this radiation method can be used for smaller areas and where the ground is most often level, right? So level ground, there's no much of undulations, and the area is quite smaller, like where you can cover the distance between the main station and other substations within one chain length. Then you can go for method of radiation. If the ground is too much undulated and it is not level, and the distance, I mean the points are quite far from the stations, then you go for intersection method. So we will see the difference between these two, how it is conducted in the field. So we start with the method of radiation. So, method of radiation or radiation method will start. So first what we do basically in this method, first we locate the, let's say, this P, and now we have kept, right, now we have to find the area of some polygon. Let's say this is A, and let's say this is B, let's say this is C, let's say this is D, and let's say this is E. So now I want to determine, right, this area of AB, CD in the site itself. If it was a, let's say, compass survey, you would have taken angles and you would have taken the measurements. But now what I'm going to do, I'll just do in the site itself. So when I join this, I get a polygon. Let me see.
So those points, selecting those points is our wish.
Yeah, now this point is our wish basically. Okay, so let's say you have a plot and you know the plot corners. Okay, already the plot corners have been fixed, but you want to find the plot area. So there we can, those points anyways fixed. Let's say you have an empty, or let's say you have a, okay, what to say, 1 acre of land. That 1 acre of land you may have to divide into some small blocks. So accordingly you can decide where to keep these points A, B, C, D and all. Here basically the points A, B, C, D are already decided. You should, depending on the this one site layout. But you need to find the area. You don't know the area. You need to find the area. Then you will use this plane table surveying. So now what we'll do basically, from the point P, from point P, we will at the point P we'll keep the alley date. Okay, at this point we have ranging rod A, so ranging rod B, ranging rod C, ranging rod D, and ranging rod E. So in this place, first we place the alley date, right? This is the alley date. This is the, let's say, object vein. This is the view vein. So the surveyor first will see from the eye vein through the object vein and orient to the ranging rod A. It is RA. So once that orientation is made in the direction, right, the surveyor will just draw a random line so that it will just meet without knowing any length. The surveyor will just draw a line. Let me use this. Initially, the survey will draw a very light line, not a dark line. You just draw a light line. So later again, after A, the survey will shift towards B, and you will draw a light line towards B. Then again C, right, and again D, and again E. So this way, the surveyor will identify each RA, RB, RC, right, and mark those lines. So we call radiations. So we call radiation method. So they'll mark the rays. So direction rays, and then what they will do. So now, meanwhile, other surveyor can measure length from PA, PB, PC, PD, and PE. If you see the data, what I sent you, the photographs. So I think we got PA values. So basically the PA, what we got was something around 16.2 meters, and PB was 13.72 meters, then PC was 10.1 meter, then PD was 7.91, then PE was 16.95. So now what survey will do in site itself will convert this particular meter scale into centimeter scale. Let's say 1 meter is 1 centimeter. So using the Alidate, now Alidate has this, it's like a scale also, some graduations. With that thing, the survey will draw lines, right? So let's say up to this, survey will extend. Let's say this is the thing. So here, survey will extend the lines. Will extend all the lines to as per the scale. And he will mark, and then these polygon will be joined. All A, B, C, D, E will be joined to form a closed polygon. To have closed figure, a closed area. Now the surveyor can find the area by converting into rectangles or triangles with this particular plot. So this way, this gradation method is very simple, given that the land is more or less even, and then the distance between the main station and other substations like PA, PB can be covered within one chain length. If it is two chain length, then again the issue will come, it will be too far. So to avoid those things, mostly one chain length is maximum, one chain length is recommended for the length between two stations. If you see the intersection method, talk about intersection method. Now let's say PA, PB, all these are too far and the ground is not level, it is having up and down on some undulations. There, the method of radiation may not work. Okay, so in that case, you will think of going for other method, what we call as intersection method. In this one, what we do basically, now let's say I will draw a plane table. Stop you, I'm showing. Let's say this is a P. P is the main one station, let's say. So along with P, what you will do, you will select one more point, let's say something Q. Now the distance between PQ you will measure, and it should be within one tape length. And second thing, the ground between P and Q should be more or less level. It should not be any undulations. It should be level flat ground, right? So now this particular line, the PQ, what you have determined, right, in the site PQ, let's say. Now this PQ becomes, we call it, let's say, baseline or reference line. So what we'll do first, basically from P, right? Okay, let's say some points, we have some points. Let's name it as A, B, C, D, E. So you got there are some points on the ground. You need to measure the area so that when you join a polygon A B C D, you will get a closed area and find the area. Now let's say PA is too far, PB is too far, PC is too far, PD and PA are also very far, and it's the ground is undulated. And the small portion of ground, let's say it is level, then you select P and Q and measure PQ length, right? And mark these 2 points on the ground. So now basically what you will do first, similar to the method of radiation, you will first draw, okay, rays from P to A. But this length you will not measure anything. You just draw. You'll keep the alidade here, right? Now plane table is on the P. It's on the P. On plane table is on the P, right? Not on the Q. So let's say both are, let's say example 10-meter far. So first we'll keep plane table at P and focus, place the alidade and focus towards A. You'll get some line. So let's say you'll mark it as PA, right? The length is not known here basically. You're just drawing rays or lines. Then you'll again focus towards B and you'll mark it as PB. Then again you'll focus towards, we bring this back, see somewhere here, it's coinciding with it. So again from here you will mark the line C. Again from the line P you will mark the line D. From here you will mark the line T. So now you have marked all these points, or you made the radiations or rays, but you're not measuring any of the length. You not measure PA, PB, PC and all, you won't measure. So again what you will do, you will shift the plane table from P and you'll go to the location Q. So shift the plane table every setup and then go to the Q, right? And then you will do all the same exercise. So all those exercises you will do, like leveling, centering, then identifying the north, and you will orient in this direction only. So whatever direction you will orient the particular, you will see the point P first, right? You will see the point P and you will orient the direct table in that direction. So then what you will do, you will again continue the same exercise. So from Q, right? From Q, you will focus towards point A and you will draw a rays. And again from B you will draw the point B, again you will draw the point C, again you will draw the point D, so and again you will draw the point QE. So now wherever the lines from PA and QA intersect, that is will be 1 point. That's okay. And so wherever the line PB and QB intersect is 1 point, and QC, PC 1 point, and PD, QD 1 point, and PE, QE 1 point. So remember one thing, we are not measuring any lines here. PA, PB are not measuring length. Only the length of PQ is measured because it is a reference line and it's a ground. I mean it's a level ground. But PA and QA may be like ground, may be undulated, everything. Those things can be there here. Then once you know all these things, you will join, forming a polygon whose area can be determined. So this way, in the intersection method, you won't measure any length other than the reference line or the baseline length PQ. So this way, this method can be used in the site where you have ground is quite uneven and the reference point, these stations are quite far away from the main station. So if you see the photograph what I sent you, right, in the, I think I sent you in the group MS Team. So there we have shown drawings in both methods, that is method of radial and intersection. So both are given same picture, right? So you can see that how, though without, in the method of intersection, without measuring any other direction, we have got the same picture. So just by joining the lines and focusing the stations from P and the station Q. So this way we have conducted this particular experiment. So in this, probably in this experiment, you may not be having any exercise to do. right? I mean, there's no calculation because everything has been done in the field itself already. So what I suggest you here is you can seeing the video, you can give a report or explain the procedure how the introduction method and the method of radiation was performed in the field. Okay, so this will be the report for this particular task, particular experiment. No need to do any calculations here because everything has been already done in the drawing. Okay, so even if I want to give you access to find the area, then again I have to give you all the lengths, right? So it doesn't make any sense. So it will be a simple exercise in that case. So here we will stop. If any doubts, we can discuss now.
Sir,
Yes,
sir,
yes,
P
yes,
is
yes.
which point means P is
P.
the centering point of plane table.
No, no. P basically what? See, P is any point on plane table. P is just on the ground. Let's say, uh, minute. Let's say this is the you have a ground here. This is the ground. Now there is your marked a and station by keeping a peg or arrow. Let's say this is P. Okay. Now this is on the ground. Now since you are drawing the picture of the ground on a piece of paper, you have to shift this point on the paper. So basically what you will do, you place first you will place nearby just below the point you place a plane table, sorry, and this is the tripod. Now on this let's say if it's a paper, so now what you will do, you will take a U fork. Okay, you will take a U fork and place, let's just fix it here, fix it here. From this U fork you will place the plumb bob. Okay, you will suspend the plumb bob such that it will touch the ground. So now what you will do, you will move this plumb bob to and fro such that the plumb bob is exactly above the point, this ground point. So if this is above, this end is the pointing the ground P, the same, the top end also will be aligned with this direction. So you will mark that particular point on P. Now this P can be anywhere on the sheet. It can be on the center, it can be on the some particular end anywhere. But most often people try to make it in the center so that they have enough working space. Let's say if the top view of the sheet what I'm drawing, now let's say if P is here, right, you can cover all the points in and around. But if let's say if P is here, okay, it will be difficult to cover other points. So let's say, so P is most of it's tried to make somewhere inside, in between, in center of the sheet. So you get enough space to work. Okay, that way. This way, the P basically will transfer the ground point P to the paper using the U fork and the plumb bob. Okay, so you got this point.
Yes, sir. Means here moving U fork and plumb bob to match with the point P.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, you'll move this U for plumb bob. First, you'll fix randomly. Okay, you'll fix. I'm simply you'll just fix randomly. Then you'll move it to and fro such that the plumb bob is exactly above the point P. The plumb bob is a straight line. So if this is a straight line, the alignment will be at the point P. Then you'll mark that point on the paper. Then you'll remove the plumb bob. So that means you transfer the point P to the paper.
Yes.
Yeah. Any questions?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, one request to you that, sir, could you please allow that the video you are taking in the class, that means that,
Your voice got muted.
yes, sir.
Yeah, tell me. Tell me.
Sir, these videos means these are during the when you are explaining the our experiments, survey
Okay.
experiments. So if we, sir, we civil people have started our one private YouTube channel for our batch. So if you allow us, then we can put for that because their videos are going to be expired for after 20 days. So we can
Acha.
use it then for the
No,
fiber
no.
purpose.
No, these links have given in the this SharePoint, right? They are already permanently there. It will be there, right?
No, no, sir, I am not telling that those video links. I am telling that what you are taking in the class. Suppose in this class, in the
Okay, okay, okay.
first,
lecture video.
yes,
Acha,
sir,
no
please,
issues.
please.
What I will do, I can download it. I'll put in the SharePoint. No, no problem. Okay.
Okay, sir.
I'm doing the same thing with other courses. What I'm doing basically, this lecture video, what I take, I will take the lecture video, I will download it, I'll put in the SharePoint.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah, I can do it. No issues. Okay, I will do it.
Okay, sir. Sir, either otherwise, if you allow us, we can put on the YouTube channel because other two sirs already permitted for that one.
Okay, you can put no issues. You can put
Okay,
in the
sir.
YouTube channel.
Okay,
Okay,
sir. Okay,
so not
sir.
a problem.
Sir, we will send you a mail and you will give just a permission as a formality.
Sure, sure. Okay, yeah, we can do
Okay,
that.
sir.
Okay, no, not a problem.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay, okay.
Sir, in the same sheet only, then we are drawing Q point also.
For the Q point. Now Q point, what, see, now let's say, so now Q point is somewhere over, let's say it is somewhere over here. Now Q is somewhere over here. Okay. So now this distance, let's say this is 10 meters. First, what you will do, from the point P, you will measure all the points, okay, A, B, C, D, and draw the directions. Now you will shift the whole setup and you will come to the Q. So you will come to the Q point, then you will again place plane table, right? So then you will place the fix the tripod. So then you will place the U fork, then obtain the point Q on the paper, right? This is a point Q you got. Now what you will do, when you remove this point P, you will place a ranging rod here. Now you will keep the this one, what to say, alidate, and align the plane table in this direction. Okay, because this should be same, right, direction, and then again you will measure all QA cubic is from here. Okay, then you will join like that. You will do. Got it?
Sir, once again, the last
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, what you will do basically, you will place the this Q point from the transfer the Q point from the ground to the sheet using the plumb bob on the U fork. Then what you will do here, we will place one ranging rod in the point P. Then you will align, or you will just place alidate, and from Q you will backside the point P once. Okay, for reference, you will backside and align the plane table. Now plane table can be you can rotate in the plane of horizontal. Okay, you will align the plane table in that direction. Then again, you will, from the Q point, you will mark the point. Let's say you will mark the point QA. Okay, then again QB, QC, then QD. Let's say QE. From again, already these lines exist from P point. Okay, but the direction will be different, as shown in this particular picture here. In this particular picture, now from this P you draw one line here. Now this, when you draw this PA and PB, the plane table is at the station P, not in the Q. That means the distance is 10 meters. You'll first mark PB, then you shift the whole setup and go to the point Q. From Q again you'll do same exercise. QA, QB, QC will measure, and then you will join like this. Wherever the lines from PA and QA meet, that is 1 point. And wherever from PB and QB meet, that is 1 point. Like this, you will determine the this one directions. I mean the closed area. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So even the same thing has been shown in a video also. So you can also, once you can refer the video also. Have you seen the video?
Only first one, sir. Second one.
The second one you should show. Second one also. Second one won't explain this method of intersection. So that means it will be easy for you to understand. Okay.
Okay.
You can just watch second. That's why I send you before. You can do like that. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Any more questions? So shall we end the class here?
Yes, sir.
So for this particular experiment, what you will do, you will just submit a procedure how this method is okay performed, both methods. So do not submit any calculations because you have done all the drawings here. You just submit the procedure how this method was done, and in fact you can write a difference between these two methods, radiation and intersection.